How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific 3 Eastern, Sunday 3 Pacific 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Wednesday here on the show. You know what that means? We got a lot to talk about here today. Tonight is Dynamite. Still haven't had anything in the last couple of days, but we got 4 matches announced. And the, I guess, kind of debut of Bryan Danielson as a commentator. It's his permanent debut. That starts this week. So we'll say about Dynamite coming up here tonight. We've also got Worlds Collide on Friday, SmackDown, and a lot of other shows as well. And we'll give you some updates on how ticket sales are going for the Worlds Collide show, as well as the Canelo versus Crawford show. Those better be going well. I've seen about 75,000 commercials on WWE programming. We'll tell you about that. Plus, a new report has emerged detailing who will benefit from Hulk Hogan's estate and what it is worth, which is very different, by the way, from media reports. You know, a lot of media reports were saying his estate was worth $25 million. Does not look like that, but we'll tell you about that. Some notes on WrestlePalooza and what Mark Shapiro has to say about it. He's the TKO Chief Operating Officer. Conan did an interview talking about the show this weekend, the AAA show. And we've also got the return, well, at some point, of the Bunny. She's begun training again. So we'll give you the update on that, as well as NXT last night. NXT did a lot of stuff to build up this homecoming show. And there's something notable about that we'll talk about on the program today. So that'll also be a lot of fun. Filthy Tom joins us. You can text us if you want. 425-780-7566. Any questions? That is 425-780-7566. Or F4WOnline@gmail.com. I'm at 4WOnline, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. At Bryan Alvarez, X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment. Observer Live. We did, in fact, by popular demand, watch Ready to Rumble.
The champion is some fat loser.
Yeah, he's a completely talentless, no athletic ability, can't wrestle, broke bum that walked out on his wife and kid.
But he was over.
He's the world champion.
He
and
was.
In the movie, the
well, yeah, but
storyline
that's a microcosm of wrestling, sadly.
Yes.
He feels so bad about drinking this entire slushie that cost $1.26, and he sticks his finger in his asshole and walks up to the clerk.
Lance is dying. How could the movie be so bad?
I'm not going to fault the man for that, of all the things in the movie.
I thought for sure you were going to say you'd done this before.
There's a reason I'm not going to fault the man for that.
I just think with all the porta potties and farting in this, that I think Vince McMahon was a secret producer on this film. Had to have been.
So then we get the Shermanator. He's played a WCW arcade game. He uses some internet sleuthing to find the personal information of Jimmy King.
He's searching the internet. Can find out anything on here. This movie was so antiquated. Every Nitro Girl is in a Nitro Girl outfit, except for this girl. They had her dance in something totally different.
Brian, like the captain.
So we're so stupid. I got it.
Captain
yes,
Stavin?
If you're watching this film, you're that stupid. I'm sorry.
But I was also insulted by the fact they hired Michael Buffer to announce the Royal Bash, the fake-ass Royal Bash.
$24 million budget.
Wow.
And probably $500,000 of that went to Michael Buffer. It made 12. You know, we should mention this cage match is the triple-decker Cage of Doom. Everybody buried it. It was horrible. Everybody hated it. And so they decided to make a movie. And what is the final battle? It's another goddamn triple-decker cage match. This would be like in 2010 if like TNA made a movie and the final match was a reverse battle royal.
They throw powder in someone's face, DDP's I think, or somebody's, and the dude just looks and goes, "It doesn't work." It's like, of course, because wrestling's fake and stupid.
Should we just end it there? What a soundbite. There has never been a movie I have watched in my entire life which has made me hate myself more.
Wow.
I'm ashamed that I'm even in the place at 41 years old where I would end up reviewing this movie for money. I would have thought I would have made it out of here by now. You know what I mean? I'm done.
Well, everyone, hopefully we can do this again someday. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom Lawler is joining us here today. Are you going to make it through the show today without any profanity, Tom?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I will be able to make it through the show without cursing up a storm. But hey, don't get on my bad side.
Dom, you got the finger on the button? I just want to make sure.
I got my finger on the pulse. I'll tell you that.
We got a lot to get into here today. So tonight is Dynamite. And we got 4 matches announced for the show, as well as Bryan Danielson, his first night as an official commentator. You could do this Turkish oil wrestling, Tom. I'm telling you.
Bryan, is he aware that it's his first night?
Actually, funny you should mention that. He did an interview, and he said he found out about it when Tony tweeted. That's when he found out he was now the new commentator. So, basically, he said that they had discussed it, but he didn't know that it was, like, happening, and then Tony just tweeted that it was happening. So, he's there tonight, and it's happening.
So, do you know who's going to be in the booth? Is it going to be Tony Schiavone?
Dude, we don't know. It's probably going to be like 7 people.
Bryan.
Bro, they don't get rid of people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Wade Barrett will be there. He's not going to be there. Wade, don't get mad at me. That was just silly. All right, anyway, we got Hangman Page and Josh Alexander in a non-title match. Tony Storm and Sky Blue in a Philly street fight, which I think is a non-title match, but doesn't specify here. Shelton Benjamin versus Ricochet, and Mercedes and Emi Sakura versus Riho and Alex Windsor. So that is the lineup for Dynamite tonight. We'll be covering that on Wrestling Observer Radio, as well as the Bryan and Vinny show tomorrow. And by the way, if you didn't listen to the Bryan and Vinny show last night with Granny, I strongly recommend you listen to Granny's segment. Apparently, she's decided she is now going to tell stories about some of her old girlfriends. And the first one was a doozy. So that's on the Bryan and Vinny show last night. I strongly encourage you to go check that one out. All right. This weekend is his Canelo Crawford fight. You going to this show, Tom? It's in Vegas.
I know, but I will be at the MLW show, Fightland, watching a number of other Mexican superstars. A lot of wrestlers from CMLL will be in action Saturday night for MLW Fightland, but unfortunately I won't be able to watch Canelo versus Crawford, the first event under
What day do you
Zuffa
fly out?
Boxing. Friday.
What time?
Midday.
I still want
You're
to
not coming.
I still want to go to Worlds Collide, dude. There's 614 tickets left. Like, I could get in. But, like, the flights to Vegas are just outlandish. So, I don't...
Have you ever watched Canelo or Crawford fight in your life?
I don't think I have. I don't want to go to that show. I want to go to Worlds Collide. Canelo and Crawford, you know, they've done all of those commercials on WWE programming. That's at the Legion Stadium, and they're at 64,956 with 1,700 tickets left. If that's accurate, that beats WrestleMania, any of the single nights of WrestleMania. So that's not doing too bad, looks like to me. And Worlds Collide at Thomas and Mack, they've got 1,900 tickets out. Maybe it's just guys like me that think this thing should have sold out like immediately. But 1,900 tickets out, 614 left. You know,
It's only been announced for like 2 weeks.
that's the problem. Like if they would have announced this a couple of months ago, I'd be there. But they announced it like it was only like 3-4 weeks ago, because I remember they announced it and it was like September like 13th or whatever, or 12th.
Yeah, and really, I haven't seen any promotion in the way of like a package deal for Canelo and Crawford and AAA, which, you know,
I mean,
I think you would be able to do it, right?
614
it's in
tickets
the same
left.
city the night before. I mean, they have package deals with PBR and UFC and WWE. Why not have AAA and Canelo and Crawford?
Well, honestly, because I think they
linked
probably thought they'd sell out 2,500 tickets pretty fast, but I mean, they haven't yet. If anyone's got like a free flight to Vegas and back, I just don't want to pay $700 to fly in to watch. Actually, as I read the card, I kind of start rethinking that.
You kind of do want to pay $700. You're going to get to see Pagano live.
Bro, Pagano and Psycho Clown versus The New Day. I still can't believe that match is happening.
Well, you know what? You know who I get to call on the flip side? I'll be on the microphone for Zandokan Jr., Barboza, and Defunto. So my own level of curiosity will be piqued seeing those guys in action.
Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic, and Natty and Fabi Apache, and Finn and Roxanne versus Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice.
Who could care about Natalia and Fabi Apache after last night?
What are you talking about? What a great build for that match. Kidding me?
I was more interested just watching them beat the crap out of each other in that three-way than seeing that horrific finish. They had to ruin our beloved speed tournament.
You know, Tom, I got to say one thing about NXT. We'll do the report later, but I've mentioned it 1,000 times. I really enjoy it's the show I think I look forward to the most, because I just never know what's going to happen. It's such a throwback to the 90s. It's just such a weird show, okay? But I will say that the one thing about NXT is it is the only show where I feel like in some way I will always be let down. You know what I mean? It's just like, and they did it with Javon. We'll get to that. I mean, you know, Javon's out there, great match, place going nuts, and he loses again. And it's like, okay, like I got it for a while. But you realize that this guy debuted 14 months ago, and he has been failing nonstop for 14 months. Like, are we ever going anywhere with this? So my point to this is, because Lola Vice is on this AAA show, these video packages the last 2 weeks for Lola Vice, like,
fantastic.
Incredible. The video packages are incredible. And
sign her dad.
Oh, we'll get to him. But, like, the video packages are incredible. The show that she's fighting for the title on is very close to Miami. It's basically she's in her hometown. She comes across as like the biggest star. It's like JC's been champion for a long time. But like this is the one promotion where I just figure if I like had to spend money because I wanted to see a result, I would never spend my money on NXT because I presume she's losing. I have no faith after these awesome video packages. It's like, if this were any other promotion, like, you'd have to be a moron to not put the title on her. You'd have to be, like, an idiot. But it's NXT, so I'm expecting to watch the show, and, like, JC Jane beats Lola Vice, and then we just go on. This is the one promotion like that. Even if, like, Raw and SmackDown, it's like, even Raw and SmackDown, like, eventually they're going to give you what you want to see. They didn't when Vince was in charge, but they do now. But, I mean, this show, I expect her to lose. And Javon lost, and it's like, the whole gimmick of NXT is, let's work really hard to get people over, and then beat them. And I don't know why, but, like, that's what they do.
She's winning that belt.
I'm glad you have faith. I don't
have faith for a long title reign.
We have
but
Iho.
I have faith that she's winning that title.
Iho de Dr. Wagner Jr. against Dragon Lee, JD, and Ethan Page in a four-way for the Latin American title. And the Lucha Showcase, La Parca, Masquerita Sagrada, Nino Hamburguesa, Cruz del Toro, unless he's got a sister, Joaquin Wilde, Lince Dorado, Mini Abismo Negro, and yes, Tom, Octagon Jr. somehow got cleared.
What?
Yeah. He's clear and he's good to go.
Did he get a new head?
I mean, man. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. I think this show was like the best and worst of AEW.
The earliest story of this show was somebody almost died in every match. I thought MJF's head was going to fall off his body.
It looked like he put his own head into the mat as hard as he could.
Momo kicks Mercedes. Mercedes might have a bruised larynx.
I was certain Swerve had broken his neck.
Man, this dude landed right on his head.
Mariah May versus Toni Storm.
Good Lord.
Mariah gets her hands on a champagne bottle and smashes it right into Tony's crotch.
Some guy in the front row holds up a sign that goes, "For the sickos!"
It sure was.
It's like, well, goddamn, this was for the sickos, all
As
right.
sick as you can get.
Yes.
I did not have glass to the vajayjay on my bingo card. For
I don't
this
know
year.
why not.
I
in
certainly
this
hope
feud,
not.
You should have.
What kind of bingo are you playing over there? And the two big screens just read, "The End." This, in hindsight, absolutely should have ended the show.
Maybe it should have. However, I can't guarantee that this match was going to be this good with this much heat 5 hours into the live show.
Well, there's that.
Following all those matches we saw. Like, every time people say this should main event, it's like, are you sure you want that? Then we had Takeshita and Kenny. Another incredible match.
What is up with they have an announcer that wears a mask?
Oh, no. God, please, not this.
What is-
Anyway, the match.
What is that about?
I actually was fixing to give Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher the highest star rating on the show, but I would say that by the last 3-4 minutes, I was like, well, you did a little too much here. People are going to be mad, but it's true. We didn't need the Spanish fly off the top of the cage. This match would have been as good or better without it.
The penis first Styles clash into the tax.
That should be a finish.
That should be a career ender. It is tomb silent.
Oh, yeah, this crowd's dead.
They've seen every single goddamn thing two human beings can do to each other, and now men are grappling.
And Jason here goes, it's go away heat, Brian. He sucks. Listen, do you guys know what go away heat is?
Listen.
There were 11,000 people in this building. It's just like when people hated Jericho. There still is no evidence that he actually ran anybody off. They just didn't want him. Like, there's a difference. You want a different champion, but who is quitting AEW because Jon Moxley retained tonight?
Put the belt on Swerve immediately, as soon as possible. It could be me, it could be you, it could be Mark, anyone.
I don't want it.
Just,
I don't want
it's run its course.
All right. Golly, this Moxley has heat with these people. What did you think, Mark?
Oh, I'm coming for you now. Oh, he punched him in the diverticulitis. Piss like a sprinkler.
Go
Back
out, and
forth,
we are going to do
back
what was
and
billed.
forth.
No, not like this.
There was more. There was.
It's not for me. Why do you like it?
No,
so
Jason.
much? Are you guys on Tony's payroll?
Actually, a lot of AEW articles out today, which is always good if it's the day of a show. TSN in Canada has got an article on Don Callis. Callis embraces the hate as AEW's most reviled man. Yes, he is. A disgusting human. Talks about how the first time he went out and got all that heat, his Apple Watch has a... It's got one of those noise gimmicks, and it went off because it was too loud out there. He couldn't hear a thing. And it was Jeff Jones was in the back, and his watch went off too. And it was the decibel level of a jet. So he's got a big article here about
Kevin Knight.
He doesn't understand Kevin Knight. He's not quite as loud. But yeah, he doesn't understand why he's so hated. You want me to get started? And then we got this. AW star Maxwell Friedman, MJF, is set to join Violent Night 2 from Universal and 87 North. It's going to star a number of individuals, including Kristen Bell. It's about apparently some angry Santa, a vigilante Santa. That was Violent Night 1. This is Violent Night 2. So, pardon me, Dom, I'm just reading the article. Ass-kicking Santa Claus is back. It is unknown who Friedman will play. Hope he plays Santa.
Gonna hand out some Yuletide beatings.
Yeah. Violent Night 2. So, there you go.
Brian, also tomorrow,
a
little bit of a plug on Honor Club, a special edition of Dean. It's Dean 3.
Dean 3?
Dean 3 with Billy Starks taking on Nicole Matthews.
How often are they doing these Deans now?
Lee Moriarty versus Josh Woods. La Faction Ingo Bernable taking on Cheeseburger, Eli Isom, and Rhett Titus. And Hair versus Hair. Demas versus Mad Dog Conley.
Wow.
They seem to be quarterly Deans.
Is it like a promotion now? Because I knew they did the first one and it was a tribute show and it was awesome. And then all of a sudden there was going to be another one, and now we're at 3. So it's almost like this is a new promotion. Dean with a tilde bang.
I don't. What do you want me to say? I'm not in charge.
All right. Thanks. Okay, we got a new report on Hulk Hogan. Us Weekly, which I used to think was U.S. Weekly for about 15 years. They reported that Hogan's son Nick is the sole beneficiary of Hogan's estate. His wife Skye is listed as the surviving spouse. Brooke Hogan, not a beneficiary. She has to be removed from the will. There are approximately $5 million in assets listed, along with money that could potentially come from a medical malpractice suit that his wife is planning. Hogan left behind $200,000 in crypto, $799,000 in personal property and intellectual property, and in addition to his right to publicity, is worth $4 million and an unknown value for a potential medical malpractice lawsuit. So all those articles, there were a bunch of articles when he passed away talking about his estate being worth $25 million. And looks like it's not. About $5 million. Of course, he could make a lot if that malpractice lawsuit, if they get a payout on that. So that is the update on Hogan. Then we have Mark Shapiro. Yes.
Brian, also, there's been an announcement for Real American Wrestling 2, which will take place, or Real American Freestyle, I apologize, which will take place from Penn State University in November.
It should have a Real American Greco-Roman. What do you think?
Should we have Carl Stern on to educate you on how our current wrestling style is a derivative of Greco-Roman from France in the circus days in the 1800s?
Well, of course it is. You don't think I've read that book? You think I pretend to read these books, Tom?
His book was about America, not France.
I know, but
yes,
talked about
I do think you pretend.
He should write a book about how France was the catalyst for all of this professional wrestling frivolity.
You know who actually are the ones that uncovered that footage?
Who's that?
The guys that run Dean.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll get that Hackenschmidt Gotch footage, then we'll talk.
We're talking right now. What do you mean, then we'll talk?
I want that footage, Tom.
You're not getting it.
Why? They find old footage all the time. I'm not saying it's likely, but it was filmed. I don't think it's impossible that it's out there somewhere.
Well, I hope we find it, but
of course, by the time we do, it may be dust. But it would be cool, wouldn't it? You think it was a shoot or a work?
Shoot.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. Mark Shapiro did an interview, and he said he hoped that WrestlePalooza would be, quote, an annual recurring franchise for the company, and one that is both on par with two of their most notable PLEs.
Great Balls of Fire.
And becomes part of the Big Four events. Hopefully, he says, WrestlePalooza is a winner, and we can bring it back annually. That could be a marketing bonanza for us, he said. He says Triple H is spending day and night creatively making what we think it can be another WrestleMania or another SummerSlam. Do we really need... So we got 2 nights of WrestleMania, 2 nights of SummerSlam, and then you want WrestlePalooza the month after SummerSlam?
Well, SummerSlam was in July this year.
Barely. But, I mean, there was no other August show, right?
6-7 weeks later.
Yeah, it was like SummerSlam and then
Clash in
WrestlePalooza.
Paris.
I guess that's right, yeah. He said Royal Rumble is below the level, and they feel that WrestlePalooza could be in that quadrant. I don't know, man. I think Royal Rumble is bigger than SummerSlam. That's what it feels like to me.
I mean, I look forward to it more because of the match. The
I think
Royal
most
Rumble
people
match
do.
Itself.
I hear more people talking about Royal Rumble. When I hear about like people that don't normally come over to watch a show, like your Mark or whoever, most people talk about WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Like, not SummerSlam.
Wait, did you just call me a Mark?
No, my buddy Mark. You are my Mark buddy, but my buddy Mark is who I'm talking about.
What they should do is focus on bringing Survivor Series back up to being one of the big four.
Yeah, but the
Have
reason
them
it was a
spread
big
out a
four
little
back in the
better.
day was there were only 4. And, they still call it Survivor Series, even though I don't remember the last time we did a Survivor Series match, which I think that they should probably do more of. Bring back that Survivor Series match. What, you can't have people do jobs? There's plenty of interference you can have in a match like that. So, I also like these, and Tony Khan does this as well, when, like, somebody in charge says, I really hope we can do this. It's like, we'll do it.
Make it happen.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You hope that like, WrestlePalooza can come back next year. What do you mean you hope? You can't do a pay-per-view anytime you want? You're in charge. What are you talking about, Mark Shapiro?
Well, they couldn't do day one anytime they wanted.
Like Tony Khan going, I really hope Chris Jericho comes back soon. It's like, well, book him. You're his boss. He's under contract. I don't know, man. Kind of weird if you ask me. The Bunny is going to be returning to action soon. She has resumed in-ring training. And she actually hasn't... she was removed from the roster page in November of 2023. Allegedly had come to a release. Now she's training for a match again. And she says she doesn't want to rush back into the ring because it hurts, she said. That first bump, you guys, I started hitting the ropes. It was painful. But honestly, it felt so good. Yeah, hitting those ropes, that hurts.
Taking bumps, that hurts.
Yeah.
Getting hit in the face, that hurts.
Getting your hip replaced. So what's the story with your hip replacement?
Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
That's why you're asking. I got a follow-up call on Monday from the doctor, Dr. Bischoff, who said that, I mean, she's just asking general
That's his name.
questions.
That's her name. Is it her?
Yeah.
Dr. Bischoff did your surgery.
No, she's the anesthesiologist.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so she gave me 83 weeks of medication in my leg.
She actually might have after I heard this story.
Well, yeah, she she said that my surgery took 5 hours to complete, and like a normal hip replacement takes 1 hour. She said it was
I thought
the
you said
worst,
15 minutes.
45 to
Okay.
an hour and a half, 2 hours. She said it was the worst case of arthritis she'd ever seen, and that it was the worst case, or like gnarliest case, that she's seen this year.
Why was it so arthritic?
Probably, well, I don't know. You can ask Dave Meltzer. Apparently, he's been doing research and trying to gather the data on this sort of exact thing.
What are you talking about? Are you serious or are you joking?
No, you had an entire conversation with him.
Oh, about
it.
your, yeah.
Why do I think? Probably the years of wrestling and doing MMA and then pro wrestling all combined.
But here's my question. Like, I'll ask you after the break. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Let's do this unnecessary censorship.
Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just your ass.
That was terrible. Horrible. They weren't the Heart Foundation. They weren't the British Bulldogs, okay? They're two geeks. And this celebration these guys did.
Oh.
I mean, they're like, Sean, give me brother. Yeah.
A place like that?
You two dorks. That's what you did. Why are you so excited?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. That was better than the first one.
It picked up at the end there.
Chaos.
Unnecessary censorship.
He beat him. And 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 he beat him. I'm sweating.
Time to stop.
And he beat him.
Was this edited?
And then he beat him. And he
I don't
beat
think
him.
so.
I actually wore that shirt. It just says he beat him. He beat him. He beat him all the way down. Like,
All the way down, you say?
I dropped her off at camp, and the camp counselor just looks at me. She goes, "He beat him and beat him." I was like, "Gag gift."
Brian, would you for me again this week? It's too hot to do much.
That's true. It is too hot to do much.
I guess I just better do it because it came up for me.
I'll wait.
It won't come up again. It's pretty short, so I'll just do it. Yeah. Now I gotta find it back.
Okay.
It isn't
Damn, I'm
coming
gonna
up.
kill you. How about you just it? Okay.
Ouch.
What else we got, Vinny? I think Granny licks her finger to turn the page. Lick that finger. There'll be
Page
an
2.
unnecessary censorship coming up. Lick that. Okay, let's see. Unnecessary censorship.
So Oro Ethan after the match and gets his ass just into the earth.
Vinny.
And Ethan is leaving, holding his all confident. And then Oro just comes back to life, and now he Ethan's ass.
Oro jumps him from behind.
Yep.
Then he beats his ass after cheap shotting the guy. Haha. That was interesting. That's quite unnecessary. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. The show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. This guy goes, I don't know why Bryan keeps harping on the whole Tony Khan wanting to use Jericho thing. He can want to use him, but not as much as he doesn't want to feature him before he goes to WWE. I'm sure if Jericho agreed to re-sign, he would be using him. Listen.
Then just don't say it.
If you are signing people, let's say you're signing people to 3-month deals, okay? You're signing people to 3-month deals, or I'm sorry, 3-year deals. You're signing people to 3-year deals, okay? And you're just going to say, well, you know, once they've been here for a little over 2 years, if they don't agree to re-sign, I'm just going to have to take them off TV. So you're just going to give up like 8 months. You're going to pay them for 8 months. Just because they might go somewhere else? That is a horrible way to waste your money. Listen, your deal, I mean, it's like WWE. I mean, I don't know how AEW does it, but in WWE, you know, when you're done, you know, people go elsewhere. Or if you get released, you've got the 90-day no-compete. But, I mean, is it devastating to your business to use a guy for the length of his contract? We're just going to stop using him? This is I don't get this at all. Not to mention, okay, so what, are you worried that Britt Baker is going to go to WWE? Well, her deal isn't up for another year or so. You haven't used her for like a year. So how far does it go back? I mean, are we going to use it for a year and then the second 2 years we don't use them because they might go somewhere else? Like, if you want to use a guy, use him. That's it.
I mean, you could make the case for some people that you wouldn't want to use a person because maybe they're going to put in less effort or they're going to tank their performance. But I really don't see Jericho being the type of person to come back on TV and do that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if you were booking him, he's going to put forth his best effort on the show. So, I mean, yeah, I'm with you.
He said that when he signs someone for X number of deals, he's going to pay them for that many years. Well, yeah, he's paying him to do nothing. Like, this is common sense. Pay him through the duration of his deal and use him through the duration of the deal. Otherwise, I don't know. If you're worried about it, sign everyone to 3-year and 3-month contracts and you don't use them for the last 3 months, but you're still paying them. It's ridiculous. And he has released people who were under contract, by the way, Binding of Josh. It has happened. All right. The question I had for you is, when we did that Bang Bros match, which was like 2 years ago, you were kind of moving a little bit, you know.
It was a lot longer than 2 years ago.
It was 2023.
No way.
Pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. You can look it up.
Go check.
But anyway, the point is, you were moving a little. You were mildly hobbled, but you know when I saw you at the Relentless show.
You're just making stuff up.
No, I'm not, dude. Bro, when I saw you at that last show when you couldn't even stand up.
Show.
Yeah, it felt like this escalated remarkably quickly. So my question to you is, how long had your hip been bothering you?
Doctor said I should have gotten surgery over a year ago. My hip bothering me?
Yes.
Who knows? I'm in the business of pro wrestling. Something's always bothering me.
Well, I know, but like, did it really bug you? The fact that, here's my point, dude. The fact that she said it's the worst case of arthritis she'd ever seen, that sounds to me like, man, this had been bugging this guy for like 30 years. No?
You know what? I probably would have been UFC champion if I didn't have this arthritic left hip. But hey, it held me back.
Should I send you another belt?
It held me back.
That make
Look
you feel
what it's
better?
done now. It's made me have to sit in this chair and talk to you.
Hey, at least you can sit down, dude. That's a big improvement over when you got surgery. Couldn't sit down at all. And to stand. Who cares? I'm just trying to ask how you're doing, but you have to make a big deal out of it, so.
There's more important
I just
things.
won't even care anymore.
Like
what, NXT?
NXT.
God.
Yeah.
NXT. Well, I'd rather talk about your hip. Javon and Briggs, I mean, the match was awesome. Great match. Place going wild. Going absolutely wild for Javon.
Well, the show started hot. Then he got right in the ring and was talking trash, then flew onto Briggs.
Yep, they hate Briggs.
In the aisleway.
And keep in mind, by the way, that Briggs did a number 1 contenders match last week, and he got beaten. So he's not even in the title picture. And, you know, Javon's coming off that loss to Oba, trying to rebuild. And they have this awesome match. And then Briggs ends up getting a chair. The ref takes a chair away. And Javon goes for a springboard. Briggs hits him with a chain and pins him. 16 months, dude. Just keeps losing and losing and losing. And you can just hear the crowd like, oh, God, we fell for it again. Yep. Then we had Oba and Ricky arguing backstage. They announced that next week on Homecoming, they're going to be on the Grayson Waller effect. And then Trick walks in and says, "Is all clear, Avon?" She goes, "Yeah, we're all good." And he told Oba to remember they weren't finished. So then, this is the most bizarre thing. I can't even. I need an hour on the Bryan and Vinny show for this one. But long story short, next week it is DIY.
Babyface DIY.
Are they?
I think.
That's the problem. It's DIY versus Trick and his mystery partner, who ends up being Carmelo. And, everybody, when he said he had a mystery partner, was saying it was going to be Carmelo, and I was like, why would it be Carmelo? This doesn't make any sense. They left on bad terms. They hated each other. Trick still trash talks the guy. So apparently, in storyline, Trick called Carmelo to come in as backup. Carmelo said, okay. But then, when he showed up, he just cut a promo on Trick and told him how much he didn't like him. And then, DIY made some comments. DIY, by the way, are heels on the main roster. But I think they were baby faces last week, except they double-teamed Trick 2-on-1 and beat him down. And now Trick has brought in a babyface partner.
Kind of.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Carmelo Hayes is not technically a babyface.
No, he is. I know he's not listed, but the story is he's the babyface, Miz is the heel. Carmelo hates this guy. Miz keeps putting him in matches he doesn't want to be in. He's basically a babyface, okay?
Miz is the babyface.
No, he's not. Would you stop it?
He should
Quit
be.
pushing my
He's
buttons.
the one. He's saving Carmelo from doing that stupid flying leg drop off the top. He's saving him from a hip replacement surgery in the future. And he's the one winning these matches. How is the Miz the bad guy here?
So anyway, they're going to have a match at the show. And I'm sure the fans will love it. Probably be a really good match. But the whole psychology from start to finish is absolutely bizarre. Then we had Fabi Apache and NXT's Laney Reed. You want to talk about the speed match? Go for it.
No, I don't want to talk about it because they ruined one of my favorite concepts by having a 3-minute match end with interference. And it wasn't even good interference.
She just
They're
looked at
having
her.
the match. Natty gets up. Fabi Apache's on the top rope. They look at each other. Even the WWE Twitter account said, slight interference by Natalya. Fabi misses the swanton. Lady Reed hits a running knee and pins her.
Hideous.
Ahead of Natalya versus Fabi Apache on Friday. This is how they set up that match.
Yeah.
Why couldn't Fabi Apache win this?
Because you'd have to go on in the speed tournament, and I guess they wanted NXT's Laney Reed.
I thought she was from
move on.
Evolve.
So did I, but she was listed on the graphic as NXT's Laney Reed because they wanted speed wrestlers from many different promotions. So she was listed as NXT. Don't look at me, dude. Then we had a wacky Blake Monroe video package, and then Dark State versus Hank and Tank, which they played off last week's deal. So, Butt Guy doesn't talk about butts anymore, but he's still an idiot, okay? So, last week, he had Hank in a chin lock, and he goes, "Nobody can save you now." And so Hank screams, "Joe Hendry!" And Joe Hendry's music hits, and he appears, and he helps the babyfaces win. So this week, Butt Guy has, he's got him. He's got old Hank. But he's an idiot. And so he says, and I quote, "Joe Hendry's not coming tonight." So he said his name, because he's an idiot. And Joe Hendry explodes through this wall to his music. And the place is going wild. But then the referee's getting rid of him. Osiris reverses a cradle. And Dark State wins. Yeah. Dark State is just a bunch of geeks still. They're bigger geeks than Hank and Tank. Think about that.
Dark days
Yeah.
for the NXT Tag Division.
Then we had Tavion Heights and Ethan Page. Oh, my God. Tavion speared him through the ropes and pretty much killed Ethan. He landed upside down on his neck, looked like he was dead. The referee jumped in. He backed off Tavion to make sure this guy was alive. And apparently he was, because he kept working. And he did the whole rest of the match. Tavion ended up going up there, and this was another one. Tavion wins the flag match. He captures the flag. We plugged this yesterday when we were previewing the show, and it was like, yeah, I bet Tavion gets that win so he gets a title match against Ethan. Well, Tavion wins the match against this North American champion, and suddenly, Tyler Breeze shows up.
What?
Tyler Breeze.
Huh?
And they then announce, next week at Homecoming, Ethan Page defends the North American title against Tyler Breeze. Like, what? Okay. Whatever. Then we had the incredible Lola Vice video package. Her father is a whirlwind. Is there a bigger gimmick in this business? I'm talking anywhere in this business than her father, Tom. And I say that with all due respect. Is there one? I mean, even if you went back to like Crazy Flair in the late 90s in WCW, you still ain't touching Lola Vice's dad. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think I'm joking, watch this show. Watch it. I never seen anything like this guy. Am I wrong?
No.
I'm trying to
you
think
are
of a
right.
movie character more outlandish than this guy. Name one.
He's something else. He's like every stereotype wrapped into one.
Yeah,
Like,
all
no
of them in the
instructor.
world wrapped into
Yes.
one.
Her sister's phenomenal too.
Yes.
Natalie Loretta.
Oh, yeah.
Just gushing over the accomplishments of her sister and her becoming the champion in the future. And then she puts her dukes up.
Bro, if
I was like,
I'm,
sign her. Sign them both.
if I'm Shawn Michaels, she's winning this title because I don't want to deal with her dad. Fatal Influence.
I'd give the title to Natalie Loretta too.
Fatal Influence versus Soul and Zarya versus Tizzy in an elimination match. Actually was a very good match. It was very choreographed and very long, but I mean, the place went nuts for it and everything looked good. And ends up with Tizzy getting the win. And then JC screaming at Fatal Influence. And we'll get to what happened after the break because I don't know what's going on. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Set up an exercise program.
What kind of exercises are you doing?
Well, for one thing, just sit and
I got that one
me?
down.
kick my
Sounds like
feet.
my exercise program.
Your exercise is just sitting.
Who was the most inspiring person you have ever met?
Granny of late.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing better.
I'll have to say myself.
Okay.
What's the best part about having a massive heart attack?
Not dying, I guess.
There you go. Good
Yeah.
answer.
Jeez, what a question.
Which vegetable would you send to outer space for aliens to try?
Broccoli.
That
How
was
do you
a
have that so quickly?
ridiculously fast answer.
You've
That's
thought
what-
about this before.
It was at WrestleMania, the one in Phoenix. I can't remember which one.
I gotta go. I have to sneeze.
Oh,
Bye.
Okay, bye, Granny. Granny laid on the guilt trip to end all guilt trips. Sorry, I wrote. Forgot we going 30 minutes late. And then you began. Gee, thanks. 30 minutes late. Was not told. Aggravating. I guess my time doesn't mean anything. Jeez.
Wow.
Golly. You happy, Granny? You made me so angry. You're over there snickering, laughing at what you've done. God.
Good.
You're gonna have a heart attack.
Anything
like
else?
Granny.
Yeah.
Goody, goody.
Goody goody, she says. The news you having a
What
Cardiac
medication
arrest.
did they give you? To make the heart blacker? You enjoying yourself, quietly giggling over there? All right, Granny. What have you got today?
Nothing.
All right, we'll see you later.
You better have something after all that.
Liv Morgan versus Ray Ripley. Just recently.
That's the date.
You told me that you watched CM Punk and Drew and didn't watch any more of the show, but this was on the show.
I know. I watched this one because I wanted to see what happened with Dominic. In which Midwestern city did rapper Eminem grow up?
Detroit.
Eminem?
8 Mile.
Okay, we had a new segment, Granny reads rapper names. That's
I'm an M.
I am an M.
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yep.
Eminem.
Ryan Adams covered an entire Taylor Swift album. What is the name of that album?
Ryan
1989.
Yeah.
That's the right answer, dum-dum.
Excuse me.
Okay, now I'll quit picking on Brian and go away.
Thanks, Granny. So I don't know what in God's name is going on, but on Raw, there was supposed to be a Stephanie Vicaire contract signing with EO, and they just mysteriously announced Stephanie is not here, but we think she's going to be all right for WrestlePalooza. And it was like, is she hurt? Is she injured? Is it an angle? Like, what the heck's going on? And so the very next night on NXT, after Fatal Influence, they're all yelling at each other after the main event, out comes Stephanie. And she comes out, and then Tiffy comes out, and then Rhea comes out. And they're doing Fatal Influence versus Rhea, Tiffany, and Stephanie next week. And it's like, well, where was she? What was happening? I mean, it's just bizarre. So something's going on with Stephanie. I don't know what it is, but like something's up, and it's pretty weird.
That entire last segment had me wondering what was going on. Much like Booker T, I had to pop my neck, man.
Yeah, he had to pop his neck when... Was it Stephanie that he had to pop his neck for?
I think it was all three of them.
Might have been. Yeah. God, this Vic. Vinny hates Vic. And I don't mind the guy, but he says dumb stuff. Dude, you realize Vic didn't even realize that Briggs used a chain until he watched the replay? It's like, are you eating candy the whole time? Like, how did you not see that? It was like right there. He did the big wrap the chain around his fist and bonked the guy. And, anyway, I don't know what's happening. So.
Hey, maybe Vic needs to pop his neck, man.
We're out of here, everybody. All I know is Stephanie's not hurt. And what the rest of the story is, I don't know. So, I guess we'll find out. Hey, listen, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, After Dark Radio is scheduled for today. I plan to be there live unless something happens, which with After Dark, you never know. But check it out. However you're listening to this show, After Dark Radio, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, live today, Sports Byline. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.